Losing weight is not as simple as diet and exercise as many people think. Those two factors actually only account for about 25% of the results. Another important part, accounting for another 25%, is adequate and quality sleep. But what determines 50% of the success, you could even call it 500%, is your commitment. When you truly want to change, when you take action consistently, losing weight is no longer vague or impossible. It becomes inevitable. Every journey begins with a moment. Maybe you see an old friend after many years and suddenly realize that they look healthier, lighter, and happier than before. Maybe you come across a photo of yourself and feel like you don't recognize the person in the picture anymore. These emotional touches are the initial catalysts, the sparks that make you want to change. But inspiration can fizzle out quickly if you don't know how to keep it going for more than a few days. The key to staying inspired is to turn it into a specific, time-bound goal. For example, yes, you might set a clear goal like lose 5 pounds by July 1st and then lose another 5 pounds by August 1. Breaking your goal down like this not only makes it feel more manageable, but it also creates clear milestones to measure your progress. Each time you hit a milestone, you'll be more motivated to move on to the next. Once you have a goal, you need a simple plan to get started. The key is not to try to do too much at once. Choose one or two easy changes that will have a noticeable impact. For example, instead of continuing to eat cereal, milk, and peanut butter toast for breakfast, you might switch to strawberries and hard-boiled eggs. Also, start running a mile every morning. These changes are small, but if you stick to them, they will make a big difference in just a few weeks. However, a plan is worthless if you don't make it part of your daily routine. Prepare in advance to remove any barriers, boil eggs the night before, buy strawberries, put your running clothes in a visible place, clean out the fridge, and put temptations out of reach. A well-organized environment will help you minimize procrastination and laziness. When action becomes second nature, you won't need to rely on willpower as much. Sustainable change doesn't start with giant leaps, but with small steps repeated every day. When you have a big enough reason, a clear goal, a simple plan, and a supportive environment, no matter where you are in your health journey, you can absolutely start again, and this time, you won't fail. Once you've started your journey and feel some progress, something strange happens. Your body starts to respond, but not in the way you expect. You may feel heavier in the morning, even though you ate healthily yesterday. You may suddenly have a huge craving for food, especially at night. You may feel sluggish, irritable, unmotivated. And then you think, what am I doing wrong? Why do I feel so tired the more I try? Is my body not designed to lose weight? No, your body isn't fighting you. Naturally, when you change your diet and exercise, especially cutting calories, your body thinks you are starving. Starving, perhaps because of food scarcity. It doesn't know you are trying to lose fat to fit into your old clothes again. It just knows that you are different than you were yesterday. And so it sends out signals: more hunger, water retention, less energy burn. It's a survival mechanism. It's not your fault. It's not a sign that you are failing. This is where the commitment you made at the beginning comes into play. People who start this journey with only the initial inspiration often give up here. But those who continue do so because they are prepared. There will be hard times. And I will not stop. One way to get through this phase is to, instead of focusing on your weight, pay attention to other changes. Are you sleeping better? Are your clothes any looser? Do you feel lighter and more alert in the morning? Are you less depressed? Positive changes aren't always visible on the scale, but they're easy to feel in your everyday life. Additionally, you can create a circle of safety to keep you on track. It could be a weight loss buddy, an online support group, or simply journaling every day to help you manage your emotions and document your journey. Don't be alone in this journey. We often give up because we think we're fighting alone, but having someone to go with us or a place to release when we're down makes it much easier to keep going. And if you actually stick to the routine, something amazing happens. You stop trying. You stop counting the days, weighing the grams, worrying about every bite. It all becomes a habit. Your body starts to surrender and accept, this is my new way of life. And from there, things get easier. Real change doesn't come from a sudden breakthrough, but from continuing to do the right thing day after day, whether you see results or not. When you don't give up, you win. Sooner or later, when you reach your goal, your body feels lighter, your posture improves, Your clothes fit better. People look at you differently. There's a sense of euphoria. You feel confident. You're proud. And you think, finally. But then something happens. A small party, a day too tired to cook, a long vacation, a little reward for trying so hard. I've lost weight. I'll eat a little. And so that little becomes a week, then a month. And then you get on the scale and the pounds are slowly but surely coming back. You're not alone. This is the stage where so many people fail maintenance. Losing weight is never the end of the road. Keeping it off is the real battle. Like climbing a mountain. Getting to the top is only half the battle. To survive, you have to know how to get down safely. The reason many people gain weight back is not because they lack willpower, but because they return to their old lifestyle, the same lifestyle that caused them to gain weight in the first place. When you return to your old habits, your body will return to its old shape. It's fair and it's cruel. It's fair. And so to maintain your new shape, that you don't need to keep the regime forever, but you do need a new lifestyle. Eat flexibly but in moderation. Exercise gently but regularly. Get enough sleep. Drink water. Know when you're really hungry and when you're just using food to fill your emotions. You don't need to hit the gym for 2 hours every day, but get your body moving a little every day. No need to go on a crash diet, but stick to what you've learned about healthy eating, portion control, and mindfulness. The magic is the longer you stick to your new lifestyle, the more your body adapts. After a while, you won't crave as much as you used to. Foods that used to be unstoppable will feel normal, feeling full, satisfied, and light in your body. All of these will become the biggest rewards. And one very important thing, never let the number on the scale define your worth. Your body can fluctuate, that's normal. You may weigh 2 pounds more today than yesterday. But if you're living a healthy lifestyle, eating mindfully, and exercising regularly, there's nothing to worry about. Don't let a small worry drag you back down the path. Staying in shape after weight loss isn't about living in fear. It's about living with understanding and respect for your body. You've come a long way. Don't turn back because you've forgotten why you started. As your weight loss journey comes to an end, there's something that many people begin to realize: the biggest changes aren't in the number on the scale, but in how you see yourself. You start paying more attention to your body, not to criticize, but to listen. You notice the difference between real fatigue and fake laziness. You understand when you're eating because you're hungry, when you're eating because you're sad, and you start to forgive yourself more. For many people, losing weight was an escape from self-doubt, from the judgmental eyes, from the negative inner voice. But in the end, the journey brings you back to yourself, to face, to understand, to heal. Because lasting change doesn't come from hating your body. It comes from choosing to love it. When you start loving your body, you won't want to stuff it with junk food. You won't force it to exercise as punishment. You'll take care of it, because you know it's the only place you'll ever truly live. You may never have a 60 waist or a six-pack or a model body, and that's okay. Your body doesn't exist to please others. It exists to make you alive, healthy, fulfilled, and free. So, after all that, ask yourself, what have you learned? How do you want to continue living, and what can you do a little bit each day to continue choosing a better version of yourself? Don't expect perfection. Expect patience. Expect kindness. Because the most valuable thing is not the body you achieved, but the person you are today, the one who overcame laziness, overcame fear, and didn't give up. Hold on to that person. Keep going with that person. And no matter what happens, remember, you don't have to be good enough